down inside Centennial Bank Stadium. Hey everybody, alongside Pete Cordelli, I'm Graham Doty. We're happy to be with you for this one. And Pete, we got two teams coming off an emotional big win last time out. Tonight, this is a critical matchup.
Yeah, Georgia Southern beats Georgia State in that in-state rivalry, but they come back with a big second half. And then how about Arkansas State? Not only last week, but the week before, Texas State 2 weeks ago, and then against a game last week in South Al. Jalen Rayner doing it with his feet, especially in the fourth quarter. And French, quarterback for Georgia Southern, both these guys dual threats. The problem, though, Graham, is neither defense is playing very well. Right now, Arkansas State, 125th in the country. And Georgia Southern's 131 in the country, giving up a lot of yards. So tonight, it may be like a track meet here in Jonesboro.
No doubt about it. If you like points, this could be the matchup for you. Let's go down to the third member of our team. Daryl Green has more on tonight's matchup.
The coaches and see how they make adjustments as the wind plays into this football game. Graham?
Thanks, Daryl. So that is going to be a key tonight for both of these teams. How does each of these teams handle the weather, because Mother Nature could have an impact?
When we talked to both coaches this week, they both made mention of the fact that they were working on the wet ball drill, and that's something you have to prepare for every week. The one element that you don't prepare for is the wind factor. So we're going to have to see which way the wind is affecting the kickers and throwing the football. But Arkansas State getting ready to kick it off to Georgia Southern.
Clayton Amaya will kick it deep for Arkansas State. 19 touchbacks this season. We are underway from Jonesboro. Georgia Southern, the Eagles are going to bring this out. A lot of room here on the near side across the 30, tripped up at the 35 in front of that Arkansas State bench. So really good field position coming up for Georgia Southern to start the night.
Well, Daley Cobb was a second team all Sun Belt preseason selection. Not only is he a good receiver, you see his skills as a return guy. I mean, starting 1st and 10 from the 35, that's great field position for the Eagles.
This is a Georgia Southern offense averaging almost 400 yards a game, 29 points a game. J.C. French IV is the quarterback. Georgia Southern coming off a big win against their in-state rival, Georgia State, last Saturday. First pass of the night completed to Cobb. He rumbles up the sideline, gets close to the first down marker. He'll be about a yard shy.
He's going to have a pretty good night for all-purpose yardage between the kickoff return and the first play, but Georgia Southern with tempo, going fast.
This is Cobb in the running back position. He's got a first down run up to midfield. So Dalen Cobb, a senior out of Washington, Georgia. Wide receiver, but that time gets a carry in the backfield to move the sticks. There's Cobb in motion again. J.C. French stumbles and then is brought down from behind around midfield. As you get a look at the numbers this season for J.C. French. Full name, James Charles French IV.
Yep.
Teammates, coaches, call him James to mess with him a little bit.
Yeah, Cody Ziegler does a nice job. Ziegler retraces his steps and holds that to a 1-yard gain, because if Cody doesn't get French to the ground, there's a lot of green grass out there for French.
O.J. Arnold, the back in the backfield. That's Green in motion. They will fire it to Brown, and Brown is stopped almost immediately at the 47 of Arkansas State. It'll be 3rd and long for Georgia Southern.
Excellent reaction by the Red Wolves secondary that time to take away Brown on the bubble screen.
Georgia Southern, 3rd best team in the conference in converting 3rd downs.
Brandon Grill does a really nice job making that tackle, defeating the block, coming up, getting Brown to the ground. Pressure by Arkansas State off the edge.
French over the middle, wide open to move the sticks. Finally stopped inside the 30. Georgia Southern needed 6. They get over 20. That's Bradshaw with a catch, just his 9th grab this season.
Tempo again. They get the ball out here on the perimeter, into the short side of the field. O.J. Arnold, the running back, playing wide receiver. And Georgia Southern, they're not huddling at all. This is all an up-tempo drive here to open the game.
Arnold got 2. 2nd and 8. Camden Brown is the top target. He's at the top of the screen. It's Bradshaw in motion. Play action for French. Throws over the middle, looking for his favorite target. Brown goes upstairs and hauls it in. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Camden Brown, the Auburn transfer, 6'2", 200 pounds, playing his 6th year of college football, runs a post. J.C. French standing in the pocket, no pressure. Great delivery of the ball up high and allowing Camden Brown to go up and out-jump the corner, Avante Dickerson, for the touchdown. And the Eagles are on the board first here in Jonesboro.
History made by Camden Brown. Touchdown catch number 9 this season. That is a Georgia Southern single-season program record. J.C. French has now tossed a touchdown pass in 11 consecutive games. What a start for Georgia Southern as the extra point is tacked on. That was a 7-play, 65-yard drive to start the ball game. Georgia Southern with a statement in Jonesboro to kick off the ball game. The Eagles have a 7-0 lead over Arkansas State. That drive took 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Can't start any better for Georgia Southern.
No doubt about it. And with the big return, puts the ball at the 35. That tempo offense that Georgia Southern runs, presenting problems for the Arkansas State defense on this opening drive.
So Clay Helton looks on. He's got to be ecstatic with a start for his offense tonight. Evan Scruggs will kick it deep for Georgia Southern.
See the Arkansas State kickoff team, return team come up, anticipating onside kick, and then they back up into their normal positions with 2 receivers deep.
It's kicked to Cobb. He lets it bounce over his head for a touchback. So Arkansas State on their first drive of the night. They will begin from their own 25.
Chauncey Cobb, Dalen Cobb. It's the Cobb guys.
That's right.
Yeah, Cobb versus Cobb tonight. All right, let's see what Jalen Rayner in this Red Wolf defense. The Red Wolves on offense, excuse me, if they can come back and answer that touchdown drive that Georgia Southern had to open the game. Georgia Southern is big inside with their 2 defensive tackles.
Rain starts to drop in Jonesboro on the first drive of the night for Arkansas State. It's a handoff to Spencer. Spencer picks up a yard. This is
Caleb Moore, the Southern Miss transfer, number 93 and number 99. DeVan Lowe from Hutchinson Junior College. Lowe is 360.
Here is Cobb, his first catch of the night. Look at the move. Cobb stopped at the 39. Good for a gain of 13. Cobb, he had 1 catch all of last year. He's got over 40 this season.
And you can see it right there. Ball's out of Jalen's hands quick. Nice run after catch by Cobb. Here we go, tempo again.
Cobb, busy opening drive for him across the 40. Butch Jones told us the biggest difference for him from last year to this year, he's just been so consistent and so good, they can't take him off the field. Rayner Over
Changing the
1,600
play.
yards passing this season. He's got 9 touchdowns. Back on the ground to Spencer. Spencer trying to turn the corner. He stopped at the 46.
Surprised that Georgia State was not called for a neutral zone infraction there. Number 93 Moore jumped in the neutral zone, but the official let him get back.
He's a big fella to miss, too.
Ooh, is he ever?
6'2", 285. Rayner on the quarterback keeper. Surges ahead, and he stopped short. From the spot, he's about a yard shy of the line to gain. Offense is staying on the field. Arkansas State is going for it on 4th down, the second most in the conference. It's over the head of Rayner, picks it up. Rayner fires, and it's caught by Cobb for a 1st down. Wow.
What a play. I want to know what they call that in the playbook. How much do they practice? Because that is great improvisation there by Rayner and Cobb to keep the drive alive. What reactions and quickness by both those guys.
That was a gain of 16. Rayner zips it over the middle through the hands of the tight end. Fortenberry took a shot. So in the last game for Arkansas State, that Tuesday night game with South Alabama, Fortenberry lost 2 teeth.
Yeah.
Butch Jones told us he looked like a hockey player in the locker room after the game.
Yeah, and he had to have some work done on his mouth the next day, but tough guy going down the seam, just a little bit too high for him to bring in.
That's Clay in motion. Rayner looked that way, and then he's dropped.
There's our guy, MJ Stroud, we talked about before the game. Changed his number. He wore number 18, but tonight he's wearing 0 coming off the edge. And he is second in the Sun Belt with 7.5 sacks. That's another tackle for loss right there. 3rd and 13. Wow.
We should mention for Georgia Southern, their defense, Aiden Jackson is out the first half of tonight due to a targeting in the last game against Georgia State. On 3rd and 13, Rayner with a clean pocket. Throws, and it's caught by Rucker. Rucker stays on his feet. Finally stopped at the 12. A gain of 29.
What great poise by Jalen Rayner. You see him look right. He finds Rucker on the dig route, the deep end. Rucker does a nice job breaking the tackle and getting the yak yards. And here, Arkansas State going fast, handing the ball off, not giving Georgia Southern a chance to line up. Now, Georgia Southern bringing in 5 new defensive players with the ball at the 6-yard line.
On 2nd and 4, Rayner, slant, end zone, tipped. It's intercepted in the end zone by the big fella. He stopped around the 2. Georgia Southern gets a stop.
Elijah Fears, number 94. He's trying to retrace his steps. The ball gets knocked up in the air. And Elijah Fears coming up with the big turnover.
You just touched on the substitutions. Georgia Southern, a ton of subs in. Fears, look what I found for the big fella. His first career interception. What a start for Georgia Southern. You know what puts smiles on your faces is when a nose tackle gets an interception in the end zone.
Yeah, you know, Georgia Southern made a substitute change, but there you see the ball being tipped by number 23, Dorian Smith. And then Elijah Fears, number 94, 6'2", 310, a true freshman, intercepts the ball, and then he tries to bring it out. Georgia Southern has the ball on the 2-yard line.
Fritsch was perfect on that opening drive. He remains perfect, so he has started the game 6 for 6 passing. That's Brown, who had the touchdown catch on the opening drive.
Quick hitch, takes the soft coverage out there. 5-yard hitch, ball's out on time. I'll tell you, J.C. French gets the ball going quickly and accurately. This is a Memphis transfer. He was with the Tigers at one time before he transferred to Georgia Southern.
It's from Georgia, junior season. Here is a handoff this time, not much doing, maybe got a yard, so Georgia Southern will have 3rd and about 6. And for Georgia Southern offensively, 2 spots where they are really banged up. It's the running back position and the tight end position.
Georgia Southern has to replace one of their offensive linemen whose helmet popped off.
It's Brown, the left tackle.
It's Johnny Brown, the transfer from Miami. Now, Arkansas State getting some fresh bodies in here on this 3rd and 5 call.
So Matthew Williams is the new left tackle. On 3rd and 5, French will fire, and he's caught for a first down by Brown. Boy, what a start for him. He's got 3 catches already in the first quarter.
French looking to the right side, into the short side. He was looking for his tight end. Amon Green, number 7, wasn't there. But Brown, as the outside receiver, runs a 10-yard comeback route. Corner can't quite react quickly. First down, Georgia Southern. A lot of movement here by Georgia Southern.
Yeah, those are the 2 tight ends, McHale and Green, along with Arnold. Quarterback keeper for J.C. French. Took a big lick at the 21.
They move out into a bunch set into the short side. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left empty. French does a nice job looking to the right like he's going to throw it, shows his numbers, and then runs called quarterback draw. 4-4, 2nd and 6.
Look at this trickery. Back to J.C. French, then dumps it back down to Cobb, and Cobb has a lot of room. Cobb at the 30, gets whacked at the 31. Good for a first down. That's a gain of 9.
What an innovative play by Ryan Applin, the offensive coordinator for Georgia Southern, who was a former quarterback here at Arkansas State. But a little trickery right there. And then Cobb showing us his speed and ability to run after the catch.
Fritsch rolls out to the right, wide open. He's got Sanders, stays on his feet, tight ropes down the sideline. They'll mark him out at the 44 of Arkansas State. Good for a gain of 14.
French feeling the pressure from his right side, does a nice job of sprinting right and finding the over route to Sanders, number 5, coming left to right across your screen.
So from the Arkansas State 44, look at the time for J.C. French, and then he just airmails it.
That was a full field read. He looked left, middle right, and had nobody there. Excellent coverage by Arkansas State. Let's live to play the next play. Nice decision by the quarterback, French, to throw it out of bounds.
That was his first incompletion tonight. Brown has been the top target. He's not on the field right now. Here's a quick hitter. A lot of room up the middle. This is good for a first down, a pickup of 11 yards. First catch of the night. It's Todd, the running back. Again, that's the spot where Georgia Southern has been so banged up. Now Todd stays on his feet. This could potentially be a face mask.
Yeah.
He got grabbed right when he received the football from J.C. French.
Unfortunate defensive player trying to make a play, gets his hand up a little too high, gets it caught in the face mask there. What would have been a potential lost yardage play now turns into a big gainer for Georgia Southern.
That's the first penalty tonight on either team. And so this puts the Eagles in the red zone. It's at the Arkansas State 18. Arnold is the running back. Now an empty set for French. French, he's got Sanders. Sanders dances his way through all the traffic, spins, keeps going, he's in! Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Again, another pre-snap movement by the offense, stretches the width of the formation, forcing Arkansas State to cover the width of the field, and then they throw the quick screen to come inside, and what a run after catch that time by Sanders. Wow. As you can see, he gets inside, he breaks 3 tackles, spins his way into the end zone for another Georgia Southern touchdown. That drive went 98 yards.
As the extra points is tacked on, Georgia Southern, the offense, has traveled to Jonesboro, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. J.C. French and the Eagles off to a hot start in the first quarter in Jonesboro.
Sanders, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys into the end zone for the touchdown.
Welcome back to Jonesboro. Butch Jones looks on, now in his 5th season as the head coach for Arkansas State. Last game was on a Tuesday night. He told us that he doesn't mind those midweek matchups. He was excited and looking forward to this. But his team is down 2 touchdowns, and now the rain is really pouring in Jonesboro.
Yeah, those wet ball drills that both coaches talked about, they're going to come in handy now for the rest of the evening here. So the last thing you want is fumbled snap. But we saw one on 4th down on the high snap, but Rayner did a great job of improvising, picking the ball up, and finding Cobb to keep the drive alive.
So here comes that Arkansas State offense after the touchback. So moving the football wasn't an issue on the last drive for Arkansas State, just an interception in the end zone.
Yeah, a heck of a play made by Dorian Smith, the corner, to tip that ball in the air, and then the awareness of the true freshman, Elijah Fears, the defensive tackle, gets the ball out of the air and gives it back to his team at their own 2. They convert to make it a 14-0 lead.
It's a pitch to Spencer. Spencer has some space, scampers out of bounds up to the 36, a gain of 11.
Nice blocking on the perimeter that time. Spencer's got some speed now. He showed it right there. Big game.
This is an Arkansas State team, lost the starting running back Cross early in the season. Here's a bomb looking for Rutger, a lot of contact. Penalty marker is down as Corey Rutger matched up with Tracy Hill. This will be pass interference on Tracy Hill.
Defense, number 12, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Tracy Hill was using his hands quite aggressively, forcing Rutger to the sideline, and then he tried to turn inside like he was looking for the ball, but the official was already reaching for his flag. Big call, first down, new set of downs for the Arkansas Red Wolves.
First penalty tonight on Georgia Southern. Rayner, quarterback keeper, he's got some room off the left side, surges to the Georgia Southern 43.
Nice job of finding the open gap around the left tackle, Riley McGehee, that time. Gain of 7.
Another handoff to Spencer. Spencer shakes off a defender. He's got some space, 20, 15, Spencer. Wrapped up from behind by Tracy Hill. Arkansas State back in the red zone.
Give Spencer a lot of credit. His extra effort on both the sweep earlier and that run right there. Tremendous field position for Arkansas State. He starts left, spins, cuts back right. And now Georgia Southern making a change of 4 down linemen here.
This is where they got their interception on the first drive of the night for Arkansas State. This is Cobb in motion. They'll hand it off to Clay. Clay rumbles down at the goal line. 2nd and goal from the 1 on the way for the Red Wolves.
Boy, really good job by the Arkansas State right side of that line, getting movement. Ball snapped quickly into the end zone, touchdown.
Kenyon Clay, the redshirt junior out of Union, Mississippi, punches it in. His 2nd touchdown of the season. And what an answer for Arkansas State. So for Arkansas State, their largest deficit in the first quarter this season was 21-0 against Kennesaw State. They find the end zone thanks to Clay, his 2nd of the season. And the hero from the last game against South Alabama looking to tack on the extra points. As it's up and it's good. Van Andel stays perfect in extra points this season. That was a 5-play, 75-yard drive that took 1 minute and 41 seconds. Well, we were expecting a lot of points. It is not disappointed tonight as Clay pounds it in for his 2nd touchdown of the season. Arkansas State trailing 14-7. Is that a touchdown dance or a rain dance?
I think touchdown. They're celebrating points. That's for sure. What a series by Devin Spencer. Holy mackerel.
That's good news for Arkansas State.
Yeah.
Just trying to find an answer at the running back position after Cross went down before the Arkansas game in week 2. Georgia Southern again is going to bring it out. The special teams off to a good start tonight for Georgia Southern, but this time they won't even get back to the 20.
Guys flying around right now. That was great coverage by the Arkansas State kickoff coverage team. Stayed in their lanes, went to the football. Well done. Excellent effort.
How do you think both teams have handled the weather up to this point?
Excellent right now. The only, again, on that 4th down, the bad snap over Rayner's head, but he improvised and did a great job of getting it to Cobb.
Well, J.C. French has been excellent in this first quarter. He's 11 for 12 with 2 touchdown passes. He's going to take off here, lunges across the 20.
I don't know if that's a design play or not. I think Cobb wanted the running back to take the ball, but then he didn't take it. It was like, okay, I'll just follow you. And it turned into a quarterback ISO.
Picked up 4.
Yeah.
Arnold, the back in the backfield. It is a gift to Arnold, and he stumbles.
Yep.
So that potentially the first time tonight where we've seen the rain might have had an impact.
He may have tripped over his left guard or left tackle. I have to see the replay on it, but I think he was going to cut. The tackle turned out, and it looked like Arnold tripped over his foot.
Georgia Southern perfect tonight on 3rd down. The Eagles have 3rd and 6. Brown is at the top of your screen. It's a quick hitter. It's bobbled. This could be a pass. It is out of bounds at the 19. Boy, that could have been disastrous for Georgia Southern.
The ball was thrown behind Arnold, the running back, and it comes off of, as he's got his right elbow, so it's behind the line of scrimmage, and then no one can get a hold of it. But if Arkansas State's defenders could have gotten to that, that would have been a turnover.
Boy, that ball had some mustard on it, didn't it?
That ball's been, on that play there, it was on the ground more than a soccer game. Holy cow.
Alex Smith, the junior punter, will get ready to boom it away. Blanca's back deep for Arkansas State. Signals for a fair catch, and he gets drilled. The ball bounces inside the Arkansas State 30, skips out of bounds, but Blanca's got hammered at the 43. This will clearly be on Georgia Southern.
Number 19, Fabo Chaney for
During the kick.
Georgia Southern.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team, number 19.
Yeah, that's
15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Chaney had no idea where the ball was and ran right into, he's trying to hold up, but too late. And excellent starting field position for the Red Wolves now. See if they can go tie this game up here, starting at the Georgia Southern 45.
This is a Georgia Southern team. They only average 5 penalties a game. They commit the 2nd fewest penalties in the conference. A couple already in the first quarter. So Jalen Rayner and company go back to work.
Rayner changing the play. The back moves from left to right. See Myers, the center, pointing out blocking assignments.
Handoff to Clay. The big fella with space, bursts down the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 25. A gain of 24.
Good check by Jalen Rayner that time. Running off, tackle behind. Riley McGehee on that left side. Huge run.
There's an RPO that is incomplete over the middle, trying to connect with Cobb.
May have gone off his fingertips, I don't know. Right read, though, by Jalen. If Cobb could have come up with that catch, it would have put him in the red zone again.
Cobb already 3 catches in this first quarter. 2nd and 10. Rayner, quarterback keeper. Rayner off the left side, picks up a block by his tight end. He scampers out of bounds from the spot. It's going to be right at the line again. He's going to be short.
Great read by Jalen Rayner on the zone read. He fakes to the running back going left to right. He keeps it around the left side.
Nice move by Clay as Arkansas State goes tempo. First down run by Clay.
It's the end of the first quarter.
Wow.
And an eventful first quarter has come to a close. The offense is not disappointed tonight in Jonesboro. Georgia Southern up by a touchdown. Arkansas State knocking on the door. Looks on as we begin the second quarter in Jonesboro. Clay Helton's Georgia Southern Eagles up by a touchdown. Now in his 4th season as the head coach of Georgia Southern, he told us he took a coaching job at Arkansas State and he was on staff for about 6 weeks.
Yep.
Never got a place, just lived on an air mattress in his office, and then he got hired by USC.
And his quarterback, Ryan Applin, who's his offensive coordinator now at Georgia Southern.
So the first play of the second quarter, Jalen Rayner keeps it, and he's gobbled up at the line of scrimmage.
Misread by Rayner that time. If he hands the ball to Clay, Clay is in the end zone. But things like that happen, especially when you get down here. You don't want to risk the turnover. But Jalen comes off the read a little bit too quick.
2 tight ends are in for Arkansas State, Fortenberry and Burgess.
This offensive line for Arkansas State is doing a great job tonight.
Rayner looks right, throws right, looking for Rucker out of his reach. It's 3rd and goal.
Rayner's trying to throw that ball on a corner route for the back pylon, and Rucker came out a little short. He was more like 5 or 6 yards deep in the end zone, so a little miscommunication there, but Rucker cut the route short. If he takes it a little bit deeper, that looked like it could have been a pretty good play.
So on 3rd and goal from the 8, Arkansas State brings in a couple of more wide receivers. It's Cobb in motion. Rayner looks that way. Now he steps up. He will take off, and Rayner runs into the official. A flag is thrown. He scores. The flag is at the 7.
The official was trying to get the flag out of his pocket. Rayner ran right into him.
Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
So a costly penalty that wipes out a touchdown run by Rayner. 2nd penalty tonight on Arkansas State, but you want to be an official, huh? Head on a swivel.
Telling you what, though, he had a pretty good back pedal there. He didn't go to the ground. And I hope I didn't jinx this offensive line when I was talking about how well they were playing. Changes the play. He's getting a call from the sideline. You can see Fortenberry looking over as well.
So from the 18, it is a quarterback keeper for Rayner. Makes one defender miss, works his way all the way down to the 6 to make it a more manageable field goal try as the field goal unit comes out.
Great check that time by Keith Heckendorf, the offensive coordinator, getting it in. Georgia Southern comes with a 3-man rush. Both ends go way up the field. They double the nose. Rayner turns it into a quarterback draw. And now, let's see if the snap and the hold are good with a wet ball tonight.
It's a 23-yard field goal attempt for Van Andel, the junior. He was the hero against South Alabama. He got carried off the field after kicking the game-winning field goal. His first field goal attempt of the night, right down the middle to pull Arkansas State within 4. With 13:24 to go in the first half, Georgia Southern up 14-10 in Jonesboro. Weather tonight, 66 degrees coming into the game, a chance of rain 49%. I think you can make it 100% now because it is absolutely pouring.
The Duck Hunters are loving this. Football players, coaches, not so much, but this is a preview of the upcoming duck season in the state of Arkansas with this kind of weather.
What's the
I
best?
wonder if Darrell Green has his duck call down on this. He said he owns 7 of them. I don't know.
He can show it off on camera tonight.
Well, he likes to show off
Perfect
those
weather for
guitars
it.
when we talk to him on the Zoom. I'd like to hear him play or give the duck call. All right. Good drive right there. Shame that the touchdown was nullified by the holding penalty, but Red Wolves get 3. Let's see if the defense can get a stop.
Here's a very short kick that's caught at the 15, and Georgia Southern will have field position around their own 28. That's Todd. Todd has had a busy first half. A couple of carries. He's been the return man as well. So here comes the Georgia Southern offense, which has been awfully sharp tonight.
And it all starts with J.C. French. I mean, this quarterback has played extremely well. And this offensive line, one of the more experienced offensive lines, not only in the Sun Belt, but in the country.
And it all starts with their senior left guard, Pishon Wembley.
Yep.
An all-conference selection last year. Arnold trying to weave through all the traffic. He gets stopped after a gain of 4 on first down.
Going to be the inside zone play going left. Arnold's on the right. He comes across the formation. It was bottled up. He cuts back right, and just keeps pushing the pile. And nice job after contact for a gain of 4.
French tonight, 11 for 12. Both offenses, by the way, already over 150 yards each.
Comes a power.
Arnold again up the middle, gets close to the line of gain, but this will bring up 3rd and 2.
Gap scheme run there. Right guard, right tackle for Georgia Southern, both blocked down inside. They pull the left guard, left tackle around, trying to get the kick with the guard, lead through with the tackle. But the Arkansas State defense does a nice job of forcing that ball sideways and not letting it get upfield. Good pursuit.
New quarterback in here. It's Weston Bryant. So no J.C. French the 4th on this 3rd and short. Bryant with the quarterback keeper. Not gonna get there. Didn't get back to the original line of scrimmage. The Arkansas State defense stands tall.
Excellent job by the guys up front there. Hassler, Sigler, Bobby Hendricks. I mean, they created a whole new line of scrimmage, pushing the Georgia Southern offensive line into the backfield. Excellent stop. Way to get off the field.
Second punt of the night for Alex Smith. And the lefty drills it. Blankus waits for a fair catch, hauls it in at the Arkansas State 25. The Red Wolves will have the football back with 11:21 when we return to Jonesboro. 11:21 second quarter. Georgia Southern with a 4-point lead over Arkansas State as Jalen Rayner and company trot back out on the field. Arkansas State is yet to have the lead in this opening quarter.
Defense for Arkansas State doing an excellent job. The last 2 drives by Georgia Southern have been 3 and outs, and I believe they've had a total of 10 yards in those 2 drives. So defense starting to rise up, and now let's see if the offense can go on a drive and take the lead here.
Rayner 5 for 9 passing in the first half, 69 yards. Threw an interception in the end zone. Georgia Southern is blitzing. It's a handoff to Spencer, and Spencer stopped at the 30.
I got to tell you, Spencer did a nice job of making that cut, getting his foot planted in the ground, coming right to left, cuts it back right, but the defender from Georgia Southern was coming across, 5-yard gain.
Another handoff to Spencer. Spencer first down, running more down the sideline. He is shoved out of bounds by Cheney. Arkansas State in Georgia Southern territory after the gain of 30.
Devin Spencer with a burst. Talk about running backs having CBA, control, burst, acceleration. Spencer shows it all right there on that run.
Rayner keeps it. Rayner is dropped at the line of scrimmage by MJ Stroud, the sophomore out of Covington, Georgia.
That's what drives you crazy as a coach. If Rayner just hands that ball off, Spencer's around the right side again. Make the read. As a quarterback, just make the read. Do your job.
Rayner lost a yard. Georgia Southern again showing blitz.
The rain's starting to pick up again.
Rayner fires, and it is caught in front of the Georgia Southern sideline. Inside the Eagle 35, that was Rutger with the catch.
It's
His
just
third tonight.
Great read by Jalen Rayner right there. They get a corner fire from the short side of the field. Georgia Southern with the corner on Rucker. He comes on a blitz. Rayner runs a sight adjust, 5-yard stop, and Rayner puts the ball right on the money. Excellent read and react by the offense.
Rayner on 3rd and 3. It is a handoff trying to turn the corner and being stopped. It is Hawkins. Arkansas State thinks they have it, but they're going to be short. It's 4th and short. So Hawkins stays in, but Georgia Southern takes a timeout.
Timeout. Georgia Southern, their first timeout of the half.
So Arkansas State was trying to go tempo. With the timeout called on the field, we'll step aside as well. 4th and 1 for the Red Wolves when we come back. Another look at the run on third down. That's Hawkins with a carry, and MJ Stroud came up with a stop for Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern playing a cage defense there. Both ends come upfield. But Hawkins did a nice job when he got to the end of planting that foot and getting upfield. All right, 12 personnel. 2 tight ends in for Arkansas State. Don't be surprised. Oh, little.
It's over the head of Clay. Clay and Rayner retreat. It's still loose. Georgia Southern will fall on top of it at the 32. A disaster for Arkansas State. An outstanding field position all the way for the Eagles.
Rayner was behind the center. Clay was behind the left guard. They shifted over. Clay became the Wildcat guy. The ball was snapped over his head, and then when they tried to pick it up, again, keeps going backwards. Georgia Southern player tried to pick it up. He overran it.
It's the second turnover tonight on Arkansas State.
On fourth down. Yes, second turnover on fourth down. You're exactly right, Graham. Wow. Changes field position dramatically.
Georgia Southern maintains their lead. They've had the lead most of the night. This time, French and Brown out of sync. It's only the second incompletion tonight for J.C. French.
Yeah, they try to run a little play action here. Receiver goes, one guy goes right to left. They fake to him. They were trying to hit Brown on the slant, but that wasn't happening. Good defense by Arkansas State.
Clean pocket for French. Look at all the time he's got. Now he will take off. A flag is down. French is tripped up at the 29. Flag is back at the 35.
Yeah.
Holding. Offense. Number 66. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
So for a team that's not penalized a lot, Georgia Southern has had some costly first half penalties tonight.
Yeah, and that's Johnny Brown, the third, the transfer from Miami at left tackle, 6'3", 315 pounds there, trying to hold up the best he could on Simeon Mitchell. Mitchell did a nice job of trying to get free.
Second and 20 after the hold. Arnold will run, a nice run off the right side. He bangs his way to the 31.
Someone's got to set an edge and turn that ball inside. But Arnold bounces it outside, gets it upfield, and now it becomes 3rd and 9. Gotta believe that Georgia Southern is in 4-down territory here. So they got 2 plays here to make the first down.
They're 2 for 4 tonight on 3rd down. Again, the 3rd best conversion team in the conference.
Double A gap blitz look by Arkansas State. French is changing the protection.
Brown the top target, he's at the bottom. French looks over the middle, steps up, now he will run, gets past the defender, dives, he's got a first down for Georgia Southern, a flag down as well.
Both inside linebackers for Arkansas State were up in the A-gaps between the guard and center on both sides. When the ball was snapped, they both bailed. Coverage was good. French saw that, scrambles to the left side, gets the first down, but the flag was thrown after French went down. So let's see what the penalty is.
Pretty lengthy conversation.
If it happened after the play, it should be a first down, and then you add, but let's see what happens here. Clay Helton is pretty hot.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Correction, there is no foul for a late hit. Defensive holding. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
I think what Clay Helton's upset about is he wanted the late hit, and he wanted him to review it for targeting, and they're not going to. That's just what I. But hey.
Well, here's the
all
replay.
Right, here it is. There's no target. That's good. I mean, there's no late hit either. That was a football play. Watching it on the replay, official made the right call.
So from the 11, Georgia Southern hands it off to Arnold. O.J. Arnold, look at the big fella moving the pile. He's not going to go down.
The rugby scrum is on. Power play going to the left. Left guard, left tackle for Georgia Southern blocked down on the gap on the man to the inside. The right guard pulls looking for the kick out. Right tackle looks to lead through. And the back does a nice job of just pushing and following his big guys. Power football right there. Georgia Southern can make the first down here. If they get the ball down to the, I believe, 2-yard line, they can make the first.
Quarterback run for French. All kinds of room off the left side. He strolls in the end zone. His third touchdown of the night extends the lead for Georgia Southern.
Zone read by French. What I mean by that, the running back's on the left. He comes across left to right. French has a lead blocker out there. That's the tight end, number 7, Green. He didn't need him because he got good blocking by the receivers on the perimeter. I mean, this guy is a dual threat quarterback in every way possible. Another touchdown for J.C. French.
As the extra point, it's tacked on. So the second turnover on Arkansas State leads to the second touchdown drive for Georgia Southern. The Eagles have 14 points off of an Arkansas State turnover tonight.
Yep.
And with 6:59 remaining in the first half, it's now an 11-point lead for Georgia Southern. That was a 5-play, 32-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So the Eagles have done a nice job at taking advantage of their opportunities.
And a lot of that yardage in that drive was French, the quarterback, doing it with his legs. So, yeah, what was going to be a 4th and 1, shift the quarterback, running back for Arkansas State to the Wildcat. The ball gets snapped high and over the head of both guys. Georgia Southern recovers, and they make the Red Wolves pay there by getting that ball into the end zone.
Evan Scruggs again will kick it deep for Georgia Southern as the rain continues to fall in Jonesboro. This is Cobb. He will bring it out from around the 2. Cobb pinballs his way across the 20. He stopped at the 21. A late flag is fired at the 27 of Arkansas State.
Getting a little chippy down there. A little pushing and shoving after plays now. The referees have had to step in. They're doing a nice job.
Doing the return, holding, return team, 10-yard penalty, first down, Arkansas State.
So that'll make it a little bit more challenging for Arkansas State to begin this drive after the 4th penalty tonight on the Red Wolves.
Arkansas State's offense has moved the football tonight. It was the tip pass for the interception and the 2 4th down bad snaps that really have been what's holding them back.
Yeah, the 2 turnovers have been costly for sure for Arkansas State tonight as Clay runs for 4 yards on first down.
Arkansas State going with tempo here. 2 receivers of the wide field. Fortenberry's in a wing position into the short side.
Back on the ground, Clay, not a lot of room. This time, the Eagles all over it. And Clay loses his helmet in the process. He will have to come off the field for at least 1 play.
Georgia Southern bringing a field fire. They brought a outside linebacker off the edge to the right. Rayner sees it, hands the ball off, and Georgia Southern does a very nice job of setting an edge by Brandon Harrington, the outside linebacker there. Nowhere to go with the football for Arkansas State.
Who will be the target for Rayner on 3rd and 9? Red Wolves pick up the blitz. Miscommunication, nearly intercepted. It's 4th and 9, and Arkansas State will have to punt it deep in their own territory.
Trying to hit number 9. Jordan Smart in the slot to the right, but the ball may have gotten away from Jalen on that to the outside. It may have slipped out of his hand, but 4th and 10.
First punt of the night for the freshman Jackson Waller, averaging 43 yards a punt this season. And on a rainy night, you have to be cautious with this process as Waller kicks it out of bounds around midfield. And they will actually spot it in Arkansas State territory at the Red Wolf 48, a punt of 36 yards. And the way this Georgia Southern offense has been clicking tonight, this is outstanding field position with 5:53 to go in the second quarter.
And they still have 2 timeouts left before the half, along with the 2-minute timeout, I believe. I'm not going to say warning. I think I'd get in trouble. Or I just
they want
Sorry.
the alliteration. 2-minute timeout. On 1st and 10, handoff to Arnold. Arnold gets knocked off his feet at the Arkansas State 45.
Bounces the ball around. Nice job by the interior of the Arkansas State defense, forcing that ball to go sideways.
Gibbs with a carry, his first tonight.
And McGehee with the tackle.
Play action for French. This time gets bottled up and he goes down at the line of scrimmage. It's the first time that he's been sacked tonight. This time it's Hendricks.
DeMarcus Hendricks coming from his right defensive end position, beats the tackle, bends to the football, and gets the quarterback to the ground. Big play by Hendricks. Man, he came flying off that edge. Showed a little burst, some quickness.
Here's a quick hitter, screen catches made by Cobb, and Cobb darts his way across the 40. He's going to be a yard shy.
It's really interesting how the Georgia Southern offense, they line up and then they expand the receiver to move out, forcing the defenders, the corners and the safeties to have to slide out, which creates bigger running lanes for the screen coming back inside.
So Georgia Southern going for it on 4th and 1. Empty backfield, that's the running back Arnold that went in motion. So will the Eagles go for it, or are they trying to draw him off sides? They're gonna go for it. A flag is thrown. French, with a quarterback sneak, was able to get it, but it depends on what this penalty marker is.
Looks like it's gonna be holding, I believe, on Georgia Southern.
Personal foul, chop block. Offense, number 66 and number 74. 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
So that erases the first down run by French.
Yeah, 74, the left guard, came off that time. That's Wembley. Came off high on the defensive lineman, and Johnny Brown, the left tackle, came low. Good call by the officials.
So Alex Smith trots out for his 3rd punt of the night. Blankus, the return man, at his own 12. Smith, really good punt. Blancas makes the fair catch at his own 9. So Arkansas State will start deep in their own territory with 3:34 to go in the first half.
And all 3 timeouts remaining. So let's see what the Red Wolves can put together here to get some points on the board before the half.
And again, the
you
problem,
got to win on first down, Graham. First down is critical. You have to gain 4 or more so you're not playing from behind the chains here and letting the defense dictate the tempo.
From their own 9, Rayner. Quick hitter finds Cobb, and Cobb gets wrangled immediately, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tracy Hill, that's a safety coming down to make the stop.
Hill was lined up down over the slot receiver and just did a nice job of beating the block and holding that to a no-gain play.
Rutgers been the top target tonight. Rayner looks left, fires left, completion to Summers, his first catch tonight. He gets stopped at the 18. This will move the sticks.
Nice read by Jalen Rayner that time. Everybody's moving to the field, going wide. The secondary rotated down for Georgia Southern. Jalen Rayner comes back, looks left, finds the gift throw or the easier throw into the boundary. First down.
And we have a timeout called by Georgia Southern.
The previous play of a first down is under video review.
Or actually, they will just review that previous completion. It's a completion, but they're trying to determine the spot.
Well, the tight end was in a wing to the right. They had 2 receivers out wide to the right. The running back went that way. Georgia Southern rolled their secondary and coverage to the field. And so the corner into the short side on Rucker has to drop and give off ground, excuse me. So Jalen Rayner sees it, takes the easy throw into the boundary. I thought he had made it, but it'll be interesting to see on the review here. Yeah, well, he doesn't really move Summers doesn't really move his feet after he catches. He just kind of turns and pulls the ball in, protects the football. It's going to be short, going to be a half-yard short, so good review. And unfortunate, it's not a first down, but hey, manageable. Still with 2:34 to go here in the second
After
quarter.
video review, the runner was short of the line of game. The ball will be placed at the 18.5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and a half.
Okay.
So they gave him 10 originally and then determined a couple of inches shy.
If Summers would have just taken 1 step up the field, he gets the first down, but he's trying to protect the football. All right.
So Rayner empty set, 5 wide.
3 guys into the boundary here. Let's see if somebody moves back to the running back position. They're all moving in now.
And there is Clay, the running back. He's got a touchdown run tonight. Another high snap. It is a give to Clay, and Clay has a first down run across the 20.
Nice job. Both tight ends and 12 personnel move in. They run the zone play to the right behind Myers, Saxton, and Watson on that right side. First down.
Rayner play action, dials up a deep ball for Rutger, and it's incomplete in midfield. A late flag is thrown.
Pass interference. Defense, number 19. 15 yards, automatic, first down. 2-minute timeout.
So this will take us to the 2-minute timeout. So 1st and 10 for Arkansas State after the penalty. Georgia Southern up by 11. So after the penalty, 1st and 10 Arkansas State. Ball's moved up to their 36. And again, penalties have been costly tonight for Georgia Southern. They have already surpassed their season average in penalties a game in the first half tonight. Rayner, clean pocket, throws over the middle, it's incomplete. He's looking for his running back, Spencer.
3-man pressure that time by Georgia Southern. They drop 8 in coverage. They jump the running back as the check down. Brandon Tyson, number 1, the linebacker for Georgia Southern, was there.
Here's Spencer. Works his way across the 40, dragged down at the 42 to bring up 3rd and medium for Arkansas State.
Still plenty of time to run the football in this drive, especially if Georgia Southern's going to only bring 3 men.
Well, and Clay Helton wants a timeout.
Timeout, Georgia Southern. 30-second timeout. Game clock operator. Please put 1 minute,
stop,
35 seconds.
Stops the clock with about
clock.
90 seconds remaining in the first
half.
half.
Thank you.
So Clay Helton is thinking, hey, get a stop here. The way their offense has been playing, it's plenty of time.
Exactly. You know, a lot of coaches talk about managing the middle 8 of a game, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, first 4 minutes of the third quarter. So I know Georgia Southern, after scoring that touchdown, they don't want to give up any points here to give momentum back to Arkansas State going into the locker room at halftime.
Georgia Southern has 1 timeout remaining in the first half. Arkansas State still has all 3.
Yep.
So the Red Bulls with a 3rd and 4. Rayner looks left, throws left. He's got Cobb caught right at the marker. That's going to move the chains.
Officials timeout, injury to the defense.
Another look at the completion. There was a Georgia Southern player down.
Excellent throw by Jalen Rayner into the left flat. Arkansas State getting the first down, moving the chains. But now they're going to have to tend to the player who's down for Georgia Southern. Let's see if we can.
Trying to make out who it is. It's at the Arkansas State 45. It's on the other side of the play, that completion to Cobb.
Can't see the jersey number because there's a trainer standing right there. But all right, first down. Minute 31 to go. Still all 3 timeouts left, so plenty of time. And teams practice this all the time, the 2-minute drill, getting it down. And there's a twist stunt.
Yeah, just friendly fire in that secondary for Georgia Southern. That's Cheney, Fabo Cheney, a freshman from Georgia that got shaken up.
Ran into his own man, Brendan Harrington, the linebacker in there, who is one of the leading tacklers in the Sun Belt Conference, number 2, who is playing in his 7th year of college football.
Is that all?
You know, I tried to be on the 7-year plan. My mother and father said, hey, that ain't working. But
Not gonna
different
work
time,
out.
and you know, but
He's been a big-time player for Georgia Southern this
has
season.
he ever? Yes, sir.
Rayner on 1st and 10, looking for the tight end. He's got it. Fortenberry bounces off. One defender finally slammed down at the 49 of Georgia Southern. First catch of the night for Fortenberry.
Nice job by Fortenberry finding the opening in the zone. Rayner gives him the ball, and Fortenberry holds on through contact.
Again, Arkansas State with tempo. Rayner finds Rucker. Rucker with a first down. He's stopped at the 36. That is a gain of 16, under a minute to go.
Nice job of working the perimeter there by Jalen Rayner to Rucker to move the chains again.
Rayner surveys the defense. He wants Rutger again. Overshoots him, incomplete. A penalty marker is down. Second pass interference tonight on the way for Tracy Hill.
Yeah.
Pass interference. Defense, number 12. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
3-man rush by the Georgia Southern defense, and then Hill, he gets beat off the line by Rucker. Rucker does a nice job of pressing into Hill, trying to put him in a trail position, stacking him, as they say. And Hill used his hands a little too much.
So on first down, Arkansas State hands it off to Spencer. Spencer runs ahead, he picks up 6.
First timeout used by Coach Jones. So, again, 37
timeout.
seconds.
Arkansas State, 30-second timeout.
So Arkansas State in the red zone, 2 for 3, and the only time they did not come up with any points was the interception in the end zone.
Butch Jones was definitely giving the timeout signal there. I think that wouldn't be mistaken for Kirby Smart trying to call timeout 2 weeks ago, or whatever that was.
Clapping my hands.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but Butch was pretty obvious making the big T right there.
So what are you thinking here for Arkansas State? Again, you got the 2 timeouts in
Yep.
your back pocket, 37 seconds.
Again, if you're going to rush 3, you got plenty of time to run the football again. I would think inside the red zone, they're going to tighten up and bring a little bit more pressure. And cage rush, what I mean by that is bring both ends upfield, form a barrier, and force the ball up inside. Don't let it get to the outside. Here they come, corner blitz. There you
Rayner
go.
steps up, goes down at the 20.
Yep.
Tracy Hill in the area for Georgia Southern. There's a lineman down for the Eagles at the 25.
Two guys ran into each other again for Georgia
Timeout.
Southern.
Arkansas State. 30-second timeout.
All right. Georgia Southern brings a corner fire from the short side. That's Hill, number 12. Rayner tries to scramble right, force back inside, but the pressure was just too much there as Georgia Southern got more aggressive with their defensive call there on that play.
This is McGinney that's shaken up. And you said it, this is now twice this drive alone. We're just friendly fire.
Yeah, they ran into each other. It looked like one of his, trying to watch it on the replay, his other player came and leg whipped him a little bit, got him on his lower body.
So each team down to a timeout.
These guys are playing so hard, Graham. I mean, they are flying around. They're trying to get the Rayner, collapse the pocket, and they are throwing their bodies around. And you have no idea if it's another offensive lineman coming to get you or if one of your guys is getting pushed into you. So as you see Rayner, he's looking right. He's trying to come back left. And one of his own men, the two Georgia State guys fall on each other right there to the left side of your screen.
You see the whole, or the majority.
Oh, they're bringing an air cast, so that tells you that and they're bringing the card out. When that red air cast came from the sideline there, it's ankle, lower body. My goodness, hate to see that. So it's it's a tough loss for Georgia Southern, and obviously you can see his teammates all standing there very concerned, but these medical people, man, they react so quickly to things like this, and but when you see that air cast come over, you know they're trying to get something stabilized quickly. So now the players have all taken a knee, the Georgia Southern players have, and we'll have to see who it is.
It's McGinney for Georgia Southern, a defensive lineman. He can just collided with one of his teammates chasing after Jalen Rayner.
One guy was coming around the edge from behind Rayner, the other guy was coming in front. They both lost their footing and ended up tangled up.
And these are two teams, they have both suffered heavy injuries this season.
Yeah, I mean, just last week, a guy that was predicted to be preseason all Sun Belt Conference, Latrell Bullard, he had foot surgery. So it seems to be number 99, Devon Lowe, the 6'2", 360-pound junior for Hutchinson Junior College, is the guy that is down right now. Oh, hold on, we're getting another look.
Yeah, it's McGinney. Those teammates
Another look.
come out on the field.
Kwan McGinney, number 95. Okay. All right, well, unfortunate.
So
this happens.
how can a play an injury like this, how can this impact both teams in a scary situation like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Georgia Southern guys they're very concerned about their team, but so are Arkansas State players because, you know, you compete against one another. They understand you're one play away from having something like this happen, but you never want to see it happen. But when it does, your thoughts and prayers are with them. And all right, the big guy's up and kind of talking to the personnel that's helping him get off the field. So hopefully we can get a injury update and report on him after they take him in, and I'm sure he's going to be x-rayed and they will go through the proper procedure to determine what the injury is. So thoughts and prayers with the big guy.
No doubt.
Mr. Quan McGinney. So
it's now 3rd and 8 for Arkansas State.
And now you got to, as a player now, you got to flip the switch and get back into game mode, you know, and it's easier said than done.
Because of the injury, under 2 minutes, is eligible for a 10-second runoff. Georgia Southern has elected not to use a timeout, and Arkansas State will not accept the 10-second runoff. Game clock will start on the snap. Arkansas State still has 2 timeouts remaining in the half.
All right. Arkansas State, 2 timeouts. 3rd and 8, believe you're in 4-down territory here for the Red Wolves.
Red Wolves 4 for 8 on 3rd down this evening. Here comes a late blitz. Rayner connects with Rutger for 1st down inside the 10.
Georgia Southern brings the house on that. They play zero coverage. Corner playing with a lot of depth on Rucker. And that was Tracy Hill, number 12, the corner.
Final charge timeout, Georgia Southern. 30-second timeout.
So now Georgia Southern takes their final timeout. Again, Arkansas State still has 2 to work with.
Right. So if you're in this situation, Coach Helton, well, Rucker does a nice job here, as we see on the replay, of coming back down the stem. I mean, he drives off like he's going to the end zone, plants that foot, comes right back down the path he took to get to the DB, creating separation. Jalen Rayner, delivers that ball on time, in rhythm, with excellent accuracy. 1st down for Arkansas State. You're Georgia Southern. You're trying to make sure that you have everything covered with the spy on the quarterback and who's responsible for the running back out of the backfield. There's Rayner. Oh.
Takes off inside the 5. He's dropped at the 2. Timeout Arkansas State. 1 remaining with 16 seconds left in the 1st half.
Timeout Arkansas State. 30-second timeout.
And Pete, this is critical because Arkansas State, they do get the football to begin the 2nd half.
We talk about the middle 8 again here, the last 4 minutes of this 2nd quarter, and Arkansas State's doing an excellent job here. The defensive end for Georgia Southern rushes inside, but no linebacker for Georgia Southern scrapes. It's called a pinch. If you're going to come inside with your defensive lineman, someone has to scrape and become the edge player and turn the ball back inside. Excellent read by Jalen Rayner to get that ball down to the 2.
So 2nd and goal from the 2.
Still have a timeout left. So you can run the football here, but if you don't get it in the end zone, you got to use that timeout.
Rayner does have an interception in the end zone tonight. He fires, slant, looking for Rutger. It's incomplete. That's Tracy Hill in on the coverage. He has been matched up with Rutger tonight.
Corey runs a quick slant, 1 step on the 2-yard line. He just goes upfield, 1 step, plants, comes under the inside slot receiver, 2 steps up and breaks for the corner of the end zone. The ball was just a little bit behind.
Clay, the running back, on 3rd and goal from the 2. option. Rayner keeps it. Touchdown. Jalen Rayner and Arkansas State.
What a call. Speed option going to the right. Rayner sees it. The outside backer runs upfield, takes the pitch. Excellent block on the scrape linebacker by Alaric Watson, the right tackle, to push him out. Rayner breaks underneath. Good blocking on the right side of the offensive line for Arkansas State. And nice decision by Jalen Rayner, because your read, he ran up the field with the pitch back, inviting you inside, knowing you had the linebacker coming to fill. But Alaric Watson gets a big block.
Pete, what a drive
Yes.
to close the first half. That was a 14-play drive, 91 yards. It took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And Arkansas State will get the football to begin the third quarter.
Very well done. Very well done. Like I said, teams practice this all the time, but to execute the way that they did, Jalen Rayner did a very nice job on that drive of finding the open receiver into the short side of the field where the corner was playing off and taking it, the advantage throws, as they're called, and moving the chains, keeping the ball in play. Impressive drive.
Amaya will kick it deep for Arkansas State.
Don't be surprised in this situation with 9 seconds, Graham, if they don't squib the ball down the middle like a hard squib, because as soon as the ball's picked up, the clock starts.
See how Amaya wants to handle this. It's Cobb back deep for Georgia Southern. It is a pooch kick, fair catch made for Georgia Southern at their 28. It's Baker that was able to make the fair catch.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Southern's going to take a knee here and get into the locker room, and we're getting ready to go to halftime. There's not going to be anything crazy here by the Georgia Southern offense. I do not believe. They're lining up in victory formation, end of the half formation, but Arkansas State with a nice drive to get within 4 here at the half.
So J.C. French the fourth takes a knee, and his Georgia Southern Eagles take a 21-17 halftime lead over Arkansas State in Jonesboro. We knew it would be an entertaining half, and it certainly didn't disappoint.
No, I mean, that first quarter, those teams were flying. I don't think anybody was playing defense. And then there have been some big plays and some very good calls by both offensive coordinators.
Let's sit it down on the field. Darrell Green is with Butch Jones.
Butch, that's a pretty good momentum builder after a couple of stumbles there in the first half.
Well, again, we got to be able to snap the ball. We don't snap the ball on 4th and 1. We haven't really played complementary football. We've only answered sudden change one time. We put our defense in harm's way. We have an interception coming out or going in the end zone, and then we have a holding call that takes one off. But our kids are resilient. They have some resolve, and we just got to keep fighting. That was big in the first half because we get the ball to start the second half. Thought we've started to manage field position. We've been behind the vertical field position, and we've been able to run the ball and really be balanced on offense.
Yeah, you've been able to move. Moving hasn't been a problem.
Well, exactly right. But defensively, the other thing is tackling. We're not running our feet. We're diving at the ball, and they're too good. You know, can't dive at the legs of the runner. You have to wrap them up. So all these things, but it gives us an opportunity in the second half. And again, that drive was big, executing the 1 minute.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Graham.
Thanks, Darrell. So Georgia Southern with a 21-17 halftime lead over Arkansas State for the Red Wolves. And Jalen Rayner, the speed option, punches it in. Exclamation point to wrap up the first half. And Arkansas State will have the football to begin the third quarter when we return in Jonesboro. halftime in Jonesboro. Georgia Southern ahead of Arkansas State at the midway point, 21-17. As we show you some of the first half highlights on homecoming weekend in Jonesboro. And Pete, a really good start for Georgia Southern. Their first 2 drives, they were automatic 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, French to Brown right there on the deep post. And Brown just uses his body to go up and catch that ball at the high point. Jalen Rayner comes back, hits Corey Rucker on the dig route. Nice read, and then Rucker does a nice job breaking tackles, advancing the football up. Then the RPO that gets batted in the air, and then the defensive lineman for Georgia Southern to make the interception there, taking away a potential touchdown. And now you see the tunnel screen by Georgia Southern. I mean, they spread guys out and then they bring you back in. Nice balance to this Georgia Southern offense. Here Jalen Rayner hands the ball off straight ahead for Clay as he drives into the end zone. But I got to tell you, the blocking up front for Arkansas State has been outstanding. Field goal, keeps it going. Now, French just keeps it on his own read around the left side. He had a lead blocker in his tight end, didn't need him. Both of these teams going up and down the field, can't get in the stop speed option right there. Jalen Rayner reads the outside man, makes the fake, gets it in the end zone. 21-17 here at the half in Jonesboro. As we will be right back.
coaching profession and business really started at a young age. Grew up in a small town. I had 62 individuals in my graduating class. Everyone had to have summer jobs, and my father was the chief of police, and my mom was a hospital administrator, and we had to have jobs working in the restaurant industry at age 14. So I learned a work ethic from my mom, my dad, and that really started kind of getting into the work ethic that really surrounds the coach. And then obviously I think high school coaches, they still come to our games. Everywhere I've been a head coach, they travel. Both my head football coach and my head basketball coach in high school. So they still come to the games. They were all present for the 100th win last year against Troy. Been at both of our bowl games. So again, at an early age, I was really impacted by some positive people, whether it was my mom, my dad, or my high school coaches. Really had no connections in the industry. I went to a Division II school, Ferris State, who's now a powerhouse in Division II with national championships, but we weren't at that point in time. So you really had to earn every break. And I had an opportunity to go work for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when Ray Perkins became the head coach, a former A-State head football coach. And that was in 1987. And met an individual by the name of Doug Graber, who was a defensive coordinator, who went on to be the head coach at Rutgers, and that's where he hired me as a grad assistant. But I had to be persistent, make my own way into the Buccaneer organization with letters, and really do anything and everything to get in that organization. So again, that's where the persistence and maybe the stubbornness and hard-headedness was born as well. Well, as we all know, the coaching world right now in our industry is ever evolving and ever changing, and I think you always got to keep the main thing. And it really gets back to the week prior to Texas State. I asked our players, why do they play the game of football? I asked our coaches, why do you coach? What's your rationale? What's your reasoning for coaching? And it started with me. Why do you coach? In today's world of revenue share and name, image, and likeness and transfer portal and selfishness and self-centered, why do you keep doing what you're doing? I have a lot of head coaches call me and say, Butch, why do you stay there? Why do you keep doing what you're doing? And I think you got to have a passion. You got to have a love for it. And that passion is deeply rooted into a number of things. I think first of all, it's impacting your players on a daily basis. The definition of coaching is creating change. How can you make them better for being a part of your program? How are you growing them into not only great football players, but future husbands, future fathers, future leaders? I think that's very, very important. Then there's a competitive aspect of it. There's a component to that. There's a component of the will to win. You know, you not just want to compete, but your will to win, of wanting to win. So there's so many things that go into it, but at the forefront is our players, making them the best possible version that they can become. And I challenged our team. You know, a lot of our players that came here, they came here because they liked our culture. They liked our growth and their development. But my challenge to them was, have you enhanced our culture? How have you enhanced our culture? I start with myself every single day with that, is how can I continue to enhance our culture? But I think, you know, you have to have continued passion. I think you have to reinvent yourself every single year. I look at it as I get a new job every single year because our teams change, leadership change. Now it's never more evident with the transfer portal. But again, you have to have the ability to adapt and change. And I tell you, I love what I'm doing, and I wouldn't trade anything, and I wouldn't trade anything for being right here at Arkansas State.
halftime in Jonesboro. Georgia Southern ahead of Arkansas State 21-17. Georgia Southern led all of the first half. As we get ready to show you the first half stats. And again, both teams have been able to move the football. Arkansas State slightly more total yards. The difference in the game, though, just the 2 turnovers by the Red Wolves that Arkansas State was able to, or rather Georgia Southern was able to capitalize into 2 touchdowns.
No doubt about it. Arkansas State 128 yards rushing the football, 57 for Georgia Southern. But Georgia Southern with 141 passing yards to 119 for the Red Wolves. 198 total for Georgia Southern, 247 for Arkansas. That is a lot of yardage right there. And the time of possession is about even. But let's see if the rain will continue in the second half and if that will affect some of these snaps that we saw that occurred in the first half. So both teams, good second half teams coming back last week. So it's going to be interesting here in Jonesboro. 21-17, the Red Wolves lead the Eagles.
Rain still coming down pretty good at Jonesboro, but everybody's still having a good time. Band included. It really started to rain in the first half, and boy, it has not let up at all.
No, it sure hasn't. But when you look up at the lights and you see the steady downpour that's coming on here, ball security is going to be huge in this half. Red Wolves get the ball to start.
As Evan Scruggs again will kick it deep. Cobb, the return man for the Red Wolves. So underway in the second half from Jonesboro. Cobb ranges over. He will bring it out. Cobb across the 15, tripped up at the 22. So that is where Arkansas State will start their first drive in the third quarter. Let's send it down to the third member of our team, Darryl Green. Darryl, take it away.
We got the chance to catch up with Georgia Southern head coach Clay Helton right as he was coming onto the field for the third quarter. His big concern is the injury to his defensive tackle, Quan McGinney. He said, thankfully, according to the x-rays, there's no broken leg, but clearly a very serious lower leg injury to his left leg. As far as his offense, his defense, I should say, he's looking to put a stamp on this Arkansas State offense after what they did to end the first half.
All right, thanks, Darryl. Arkansas State first play to begin the third quarter is a completion to Chauncey Cobb. He picks up 8.
Nice job by Rayner getting the ball out to Cobb. Quick pass on the bubble screen right there, but the safety from Georgia Southern comes down and cannot get Cobb to the ground. Missed tackles will be huge in this half because of how slick the uniforms are.
Cobb listed at 5'6", 165, but he just makes plays. On 3rd and 2, Rayner over the middle. He finds Cobb again, this time for a first down around the 45. That's a gain of 17.
It's like the Energizer Rabbit. I mean, he never stops, just keeps going. Finds the ball in the inside dig route. Now they hand the ball off right here to Clay, who bounces it to the outside. I tell you, the tackles for Arkansas State have done a really nice job. Watson on the right side, McGahee on the left, of sealing the defenders inside and allowing the ball to bounce around the edge for the Red Wolves.
Rayner, all the time in the world, he checks it down to Clay, and he just gets popped right away. There's Harrington, the senior out of North Carolina, with a stop.
I think he's seen that play over 7 years of college football. 7th year of eligibility. And again, part of that is the COVID situation and everything else, but this guy's one heck of a football player.
He's 24 years old. It's his first season at Georgia Southern. So on 3rd and 2, Arkansas State from the Georgia Southern 49, and movement. That's the tight end, Fortenberry.
False start. Offense, number 19 and number 78. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So
These are
Fortenberry,
killers.
he's been playing well lately for Arkansas State, but that time just a little eager.
Obviously, they thought something in the snap count was going to go on the first sound. Didn't happen.
5th penalty tonight on Arkansas State.
Arkansas State changing the protection here. As you can see, Rayner looking to the sideline. The back goes from left to right. That's Clay.
Fortenberry in motion again.
Yep.
Rayner slings it. He's got Cobb sliding catch at the 45. That's a 1st down. They needed 7. They convert on a 9-yard completion to Cobb.
Cobb does a nice job of finding the opening in the zone. Rayner sidearms it to him. Oh, another high snap.
Here's a quick hitter. This is completion across the 40. And Arkansas State again going tempo. That was Cobb again with a catch.
Clay Helton is wearing out the official on his sideline, wanting a holding call on the block on the perimeter and not getting it.
There's back-to-back catches for Cobb. That's his 10th catch tonight. Again, he had 1 catch all of last season. He now has over 50. He's roommates, by the way, with Jalen Rayner, so you better believe they have chemistry on the field.
The other thing that Coach Jones told us this week
Legal
is that
substitution. Defense, more than 11 players on the field at the snap. That penalties decline. Result of the play.
And boy,
first
the
down.
tempo is really giving Georgia Southern fits right now.
yeah, they can't get their substitutions in the way they want it to. But Coach Jones was telling us earlier in the week, Cobb and Summers have got to be guys that step up and take some of the pressure off of Rucker, especially when defenses start doubling on Corey.
So 1st and 10, ball is at the 33 of Georgia Southern. Spencer, the running back. It's a give to Spencer. He gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Not much there at all.
That was a heck of a play made from the offside defensive end, coming from the left side of the Georgia Southern defense to run that play down to hold it to a no-gain situation.
Rayner steps up, trying to avoid all the traffic. He cannot escape the arms of Justin Myers, the senior out of Washington, Georgia, with a nice tackle.
Georgia Southern starting to bring a little bit more pressure on defense now with those inside linebackers. And that time Rayner could not make somebody miss and escape for a big game.
Arkansas State's been good tonight on 3rd down, 7 for 11.
Again, the cornerback's off to the field, giving Rucker some room to operate. Let's see if they go to Corey.
Rayner flushed out to the right, throws, catches made at the 15. A gain of 19 to put Arkansas State in the red zone once again. Summers with a catch.
Jalen does a nice job of moving to his right on the snap. Complete that pass. Now they hand the ball off to Devin Spencer. This offense is going fast right now, and Georgia Southern cannot get lined up and stop it.
Remember, Arkansas State scored on their final drive with 9 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. This is the opening drive in the 3rd. Another handoff to Spencer. Not much there. It's 3rd and short. They'll make it 3rd and 3.
Control the middle 8. Arkansas did that, getting the touchdown. And now looking like they're going to score again.
Couple of personnel changes. Bigger running back Clay checks in, as does Jordan Smart, wide receiver. That's Smart in motion on 3rd and 3. Rayner steps up. He's got a first down. He wants a touchdown. He's got it. Arkansas State has their first lead tonight.
What a read by Jalen Rayner. When the receiver came across the motion from left to right, across the formation, in motion, left to right, Jalen Rayner knew it was man-to-man coverage, and there's nobody watching him as he pulls the ball down and runs between the left guard and left tackle to give the Red Wolves their first lead of the evening.
Arkansas State efficient on this opening drive in the third quarter. They converted 3 third downs on that drive alone. The extra point, it's up, it's good. So for the first time tonight, Arkansas State has a 24-21 lead, a 13-play drive, 77 yards that took over 5 minutes. 3-point advantage for Arkansas State with 9:38 to go in the third quarter. So Clay Helton's Georgia Southern Eagles trail for the first time tonight with 9:38 to go. This will be their first drive in the second half. Again, an offense at times, they looked unstoppable in the first half. J.C. French the fourth, he's been awfully efficient, only 2 incompletions. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight.
The Arkansas State defense made some nice adjustments to get 2 3-and-outs back-to-back there in the first half. So let's see if they can maintain that progress here for the first time that Georgia Southern gets the ball tonight here in the second half.
Amaima with the kickoff. Another return opportunity. And Arkansas State, that special teams unit comes up big. That's Cobb, the return man. They got blasted. Player down for Arkansas State.
Officials timeout for an injury to the kicking team.
That's Josh Stone that's down. Here's Cobb, the return man, and that is Stone, the first one that hit him.
What's your name? I'm Isaiah. So what's your job?
So with their injury on the field, we'll step aside in Jonesboro. 3-point lead for the Red Wolves. So 9:38 to go in the third quarter. Stone is able to walk off the field.
It looked like he was grabbing his hip or his knee, but he limped up. Good to see him up and moving around.
Right now, Georgia Southern has all the momentum. or Arkansas State rather. It's Georgia Southern. This is their first drive in the second half, and they will hand it off to their running back, O.J. Arnold. Lowers the shoulder, muscles his way up to the 21.
Inside zone to the right. Arnold was lined up on the left side, running behind that big right side of Caleb Cook, Robert Wright Jr.
That's Cobb in motion. The quarterback, French, keeps it. He slides. He's got a first down up to the 26.
Tempo, here we go. First down, moving the chains. Bunch formation into the short side of the field for Georgia Southern.
French, hard
Double
bump
move.
fake, clean pocket. He launches it. It's incomplete. Sanders the target, but there is a flag.
Yep. Both the slot receiver on the left and the outside receiver on the left ran.
Holding. Defense, number 0. 10 yards, automatic, first down.
So the penalty is on the senior, Yao.
Well, they could have called 2. The inside guy got grabbed 2. So because they came up 10 yards, they stuttered. The defensive backs came up, and then both guys ran by them. But the official noticed the corner on the outside making the grab. So first down, Georgia Southern.
Brown, the leading receiver, had a couple catches on the opening drive, only 2 since then. Let's see if Georgia Southern wants to get him involved. Instead, they're going to keep it on the ground for a nice gain on first down. There's Arnold again with a carry. His 8th carry tonight. He's over 40 yards rushing.
It's the power play this time where they pull the right guard, right tackle. They get the ball up the field. Nice gain.
French in trouble, and down he goes at the Georgia Southern 37.
DeMarcus Hendricks coming off the edge again. It's his 2nd sack on the night. He is doing one heck of a job of bending to the football, beating the left tackle, bending to the quarterback. He just happens to slide off right there, but then he stays with it.
It's 3rd and 8 for Georgia Southern. 3 for 6 tonight on 3rd down. That's Sanders in motion. French steps up. He escapes. French dives. He's got a first down. What a run by J.C. French the 4th.
He was not going to be denied that first down. I mean, he put his shoulders down, his head down, and kept going through contact right there, diving for the first down. Great effort.
So from around midfield, French again a quarterback run, and he's popped at the Arkansas State 49. A gain of a couple.
Again, I don't know if French was trying to hand that ball off and just didn't quite make the connection with his running back Arnold, but he kept that for a 2-yard gain. So let's see what Georgia Southern's going to do here if they throw the football on 2nd and long.
Play action for French. Rolls out to the right. He's in trouble. Delivers incomplete. That's his tight end, Mikkel, the target. It's 3rd and 8 for the Eagles.
Chris Bodie on the twist stunt. He lines up inside, and then he comes to the outside, getting pressure right there. And French can't do anything except retreat, throw that ball away, and not take the sack. Excellent pressure on the twist by number 17, Chris Bodie.
Camden Brown, most catches tonight and this season for Georgia Southern. Will he be the target on 3rd and 8? That's Cobb in motion. French looks right, delivers right. Brown is the target, it's incomplete. Yao in on the coverage, the pass slightly off the mark. A rare incompletion, just the 3rd one tonight for J.C. French.
Arkansas State comes with an inside linebacker blitz that time. The back tries to step up, but he gets driven back into French's throwing motion, and he can't complete it. Excellent pressure by the Arkansas State defense to force this punt. good series right there by the Red Wolves.
Fourth punt of the night for Smith. Blancas is back deep. Smith lifts it. Blancas signals fair catch. Gets grazed by his own teammate. But Arkansas State will have 1st and 10 coming up from their own 11 after the 38-yard punt by Smith. It's a 3-point lead for the Red Wolves. .628 third quarter. Arkansas State leads Georgia Southern 24-21. Both of these teams entered tonight coming off an emotional win. Wondering how much the weather would impact tonight's. I think both teams have handled the rain pretty well.
They've done an excellent job. They sure have.
It has consistently been raining hard since the first quarter tonight. So Arkansas State, they have scored a touchdown on their last 2 drives.
And managed the middle 8 very well, getting 14 points out of it.
Jalen Rayner, pass for 180 tonight. He will hand it off to Spencer to begin this drive, and Spencer bangs his way up to the 18, picks up 6. Arkansas State has now rushed for 150 yards tonight. Toss over the middle, catch is made. What a night for Cobb. He has a career high 11 catches.
Riley McGahee is over at right tackle, doing a heck of a job.
Back to tempo. It's another handoff to bring up 2nd and long. Clay, the new running back, checks in.
Noah Smith is at left tackle. Changed a couple guys around that offensive line. Will Saxon still at right guard. Mason Myers is your center.
Arkansas State, 350 yards of offense tonight. Check down to his wide receiver, or rather that's Clay, the running back. Clay, short pickup. This will bring up 3rd and 5. Georgia Southern needs to stop in the worst way.
Jalen Benelli is in here at the wide receiver and to the short side of the field, number 10.
Yeah, it's his first time to be on the field tonight.
Is this where Cobb gets the call?
Here's a slant in traffic. Rucker takes a lick. It's incomplete. There's the stop that Georgia Southern needed. That's Jakari Brown, the freshman out of Orlando.
Cobb was a slot to the left. He runs a seam route to clear it out. Corey Rucker runs a 3-step slant. Ball thrown a little bit behind him, but the corner jumps on it pretty good.
Second punt of the night for Arkansas State. And we have movements. A false start on Arkansas State.
34. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Wow.
So that'll back up the freshman punter, Jackson Waller.
You wonder at some point if Georgia Southern says, let's go try to block one. With the weather the way it is, if someone slips, creates an opening.
See if they bring the heat here. That's Peyton Plott back deep to return the punt. High, wobbly. Plott signals for a fair catch. He gets run into by his own man, and Arkansas State will touch it around the 37. Boy, miscommunication for Georgia Southern there. That could have been costly.
Could have been a disaster.
4:21 to go, third quarter. Eagles have the football when we come back down by 3. "36-yard punt for Arkansas State, but that could have been dangerous for Georgia Southern.
For sure. Coach Jones letting his displeasure be known. Oh, my goodness.
So the offense starting from their own 37. Fritsch hands it off to Cobb. Can he turn the corner? Cobb, showing off that speed, is able to pick up a couple running out of bounds.
Again, the Cobb for Georgia Southern And the Cobb for Arkansas State, they're pretty explosive guys. They are very productive tonight for their teams.
Chauncey Cobb for Arkansas State, a career high in catches tonight. He's got 11. It's the 4th time Dalen Cobb has touched it for Georgia Southern tonight. That's the tight end, Green in motion. French, all the time in the world, delivers incomplete at the feet of his intended target, Marcus Sanders.
That ball may have been tipped by one of the defensive linemen there, but that's unusual for French because he had a lot of time and he's been pretty accurate when he's been able to set his feet and step into the throw.
Eagles have 3rd and 8.
Changing the play.
Play clock under 10. French flushed out to the left. Surveys, he's in trouble, and down he goes at the 28. Arkansas State defense gets the stop.
Brandon Grill. Wow. Great pressure coming off the edge right there. As you can see, French has to move, but wow, what a great finish on that tackle by number 15, Brandon Grill.
So the safety coming up with a big stop for Arkansas State. Blanca signals fair catch, hauls it in at the 30, a 40-yard punt. So with 2:54 to go in the 3rd quarter, Arkansas State's up by 3, looking to extend this lead.
Another 3 and out for this defense. They have done an excellent job of bringing the pressures and beating these tackles, especially Johnny Brown, the left tackle for Georgia Southern. He's had trouble in pass protection tonight between DeMarcus Hendricks and Brandon Grill.
Arkansas State has rushed for over 150 yards tonight. Spencer, 103 on the ground. He's averaging 9 yards a carry.
Split backs.
It's a handoff to Clay. Clay, a touchdown run in the first half. He gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Rhodes with a stop for Georgia Southern.
Yeah, Davion Rhodes getting a lot of pressure that time to hold that to a no-gain play for Georgia Southern.
Rayner spins out, fires to his running back, and it's dropped by Spencer.
Noah Smith is at left tackle now with Riley McGehee over at right tackle. Smith did a nice job in pass protection that time, but unfortunately the ball gets dropped, making it 3rd and 10 for the Red Wolves.
Red Wolves have been awfully efficient tonight. 9 out of 14 on 3rd down. The top target, it's been Cobb, career high 11 catches.
Cover 1 look, free safety. Looks like they're going to play man. Now they bring the pressure.
Keep it on the ground to Clay. 1st down run. He's at midfield where he is stopped there. That's a gain of 20.
Excellent call by Keith Heckendorf, the offensive coordinator. You're getting field fire. You're getting pressure from the wide side of the field. Hand the ball off. And again, another nice block on the right side by Riley McGahee.
Here's catch number 12 for Cobb. He's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Smith in on the stop.
Offensive line has done a very nice job tonight again of sealing the edges and allowing the running backs to get outside.
Rayner dials up a deep ball. It is knocked away. He was looking for Rucker, Rutger had a step, but Myers was able to come up with the knockaway at the very last second. Nice play by Myers.
Well, the corner turns inside and allows Rucker a free release outside of him up the boundary, and the safety comes over and makes a heck of a play, but that corner's trying to play two guys, the guy up the slot and the guy on the outside there, and just couldn't keep up with Rucker's speed.
3rd and 12, another deep ball to Rucker. He's got him again, but overshoots him.
Wow. 2 shots. Had two deep shots, explosives right there that couldn't get the ball completed. We'll see those again in the 4th quarter. You'll see those plays again in the 4th quarter.
So the 3rd punt of the night coming up for the freshman, Waller. Plot the return man at his own 10. Plot signals for a fair catch. Hauls it in at the 10, where Georgia Southern will start with 1:06 left in the 3rd quarter. That was a 41-yard punt.
What a change, right? First half, defenses weren't slowing anybody down. Now, defenses are starting to get stops. And in this 3-point ball game.
Holding. Number 45 on the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Oh.
So that's the 7th penalty tonight on Georgia Southern.
Graham, you've said it, man. Georgia Southern has exceeded what they normally average, and this has really been a thorn in their side tonight, the number of penalties they've committed and have been accepted.
Right. What can Georgia Southern do to get back on track offensively?
I think they got to get back to running the football and establishing the line of scrimmage. Arkansas State's done a tremendous job of showing pressure packages and either backing out or bringing 5 or 6 at a time.
2 tight ends are in there, Green and McKell. That's Brown in motion. There is the run for O.J. Arnold, and Arnold works his way up to the 10. So there's a nice run, a little bit of breathing room.
I mean, and this is what you want, to play ahead of the sticks right now. So when you can get a 5-yard gain on 1st down, now you can try to dictate tempo. But they've got to get it out from this end of the field here to get some breathing room.
Third and 5 with 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's another handoff to Arnold with room up the middle, slips out of a tackler at the 20, stopped at the 25. There's a 1st down run, a gain of 15 for O.J. Arnold.
Officials timeout for injury to the defense.
And there's a player down for Arkansas State.
On that last run, the left guard for Georgia Southern pulls, gets a nice block creating the seam, and then you see the running back, Arnold, just plant that right foot in the ground, get upfield, and then make the cutback for a big gain.
That's the safety, Barnes, that is down for Arkansas State.
All right.
So 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Already one significant injury tonight. We hope we don't have another one of those the rest of the way.
Exactly. But we appreciate Darryl Green giving us that update.
So here's the replay. So Barnes was the one that was in on the stop.
His own man fell on him. Again,
We've seen
player
a lot
from
of
the
that
same
tonight.
team, yes. Yep. It was good to see him get up and come off the field under his own power, excuse me. 1st down, Georgia Southern. It's going to be a heck of a 4th quarter. This has been a really good football game. All right.
So the clock is running. So J.C. French 1st and 10 from his own 25. They don't have to snap it if they don't want to. And it doesn't look like
They will.
They will. So 3 quarters
The end of the
in the
third
books in Jonesboro. Arkansas State has been able to climb out of a hole. They will take a 3-point lead after 3 in Jonesboro. Eagles with the football, 1st and 10 when we come back. Face on the field tonight. It is Georgia Southern 4th-year offensive coordinator Ryan Applin, one of the program greats at Arkansas State. He is towards the top in almost every single offensive category. He told us this would be an emotional week for him to come back. He has never been on the visiting sideline in a game in this football stadium. So his offense has the football. They start this drive with a handoff to begin the 4th quarter. Gain of 4 on 1st down. But we had a great chance to visit with Ryan Applin earlier this week. He was a lot of fun to visit with.
Oh, he sure was. He sure was.
And you could tell he was excited, but a little bit emotional coming back to Jonesboro this weekend.
2-time player of the year in the conference, outstanding leader, over 10,000 yards passing.
Here's O.J. Arnold, another handoff, picks up maybe a yard. It is now 3rd and 7. Ransall with a stop for the Red Wolves. Georgia Southern 4 out of 9 tonight on 3rd down.
Red Wolves look like they're going to back out and play a little bit of zone.
Handoff to Arnold, and he is greeted at the line of scrimmage, is able to pick up a couple yards. A huge stop on 3rd down for Arkansas State. Aaron Alexander in on the tackle.
Excellent job by the interior of the Arkansas State defense that time.
The 6th punt of the night coming up for Smith.
That was a huge stop for Arkansas State right there.
Smith
Takes a couple extra steps, didn't he?
yeah, drills it away. Blancas again calls for the fair catch. So on a rainy night, he's been sure hands reeling in those punts. Arkansas State with a football. When we come back, 13:05, 4th quarter. It's a 3-point lead for the Red Wolves. Well, lately, especially in the 4th quarter, this Georgia Southern defense, it's been awfully good, just giving up 3 total points in the 4th quarter the last 5 games. They're hoping for similar results tonight.
You just hope that their depth will hold up, because they've had a couple guys get hurt earlier in this game, especially in the defensive line. So it'll be interesting to see what Arkansas State can do to establish the run game here and control this clock and run it down.
Arkansas State almost 180 yards rushing tonight. That's Cobb in motion. Back on the ground is Spencer. He's got over 100 yards tonight. He has stopped at the 26. Rhodes in on the stop for Georgia Southern.
Excellent vision that time. And getting back inside to make that cut, coming right to left and getting extra yards after contact. Nice run.
Tempo again on 2nd and 5. It's a 1st down for Arkansas State.
Trying to get the ball snapped in a hurry before Georgia Southern gets set.
Rayner, slant. He's got his top target, Rucker, for a 1st down. Ball popped out.
They're going to say that Rucker was down before the ground caused the ball.
Here's the replay. Looked like Cobb was able to recover it.
Yeah.
And again, Arkansas State with a tempo handoff. Bursting up the middle, Spencer tripped up inside the 40.
What a great move he made on the jump cut as he starts up the field right there. goes right to left, back right, and up the field.
That was Myers with a potential touchdown saving tackle as Rayner fires incomplete. Looking for Summers.
Clay back in for Spencer at running back now. My goodness, Spencer has had a night.
Yes, he has.
He has done a tremendous job with his vision, ability to get lateral and then get upfield and show an explosive burst.
Spencer, career high, 123 yards rushing tonight. But right now the running back is Clay. Clay has a touchdown run in the first half. Play action for Rayner. Spins out of trouble. He's got some room to work with. Jalen Rayner tiptoes out of bounds at the 31. Hill forced him out of bounds.
Great decision by Jalen here. He's looking right, feels the pressure coming to his left, spins out of it, and turns a potential sack into a big run.
Look at this formation. 4 players at the bottom. Rayner looks the other way to his receiver, Rutger, or rather that Summers makes the catch.
Well, again, when you have one-on-one coverage to the wide field there, I mean, it's what they call a gift throw. Take advantage of it. There's no underneath coverage. Great rhythm and timing by Jalen Rayner. Catches, sets his feet, delivers on time. Big first down.
Boy, a touchdown here would be huge for Arkansas State to make it a double-digit lead. Rayner play action over the middle, and it's incomplete. He's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Georgia Southern falls on it just in case. Looks like an Arkansas State offensive lineman, Myers, recovered it anyway, but it is an incomplete pass.
Again, ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Stops the clock, but 2nd and 10, right at the 20. So you know you have 3 on the board. Make a good decision here. Let's see if we can get it inside the red zone.
Handoff to Clay. Clay pops through up the middle, tripped up inside the 10. Boy, Arkansas State tonight, season high in rushing. They got over 215 yards rushing tonight.
I got to tell you, Noah Smith, the left tackle, did a great job squeezing down the end to create that running seam.
Clay is tripped up from behind by Myers.
Clay and Spencer are doing a great job of accelerating their feet on contact and running through the first tackler for big yak yards, yards after contact.
They both have season high in catches tonight, or rushing yards tonight, rather. Clay stays in there. Rayner rolls out to the right, surveys and fires out of bounds, and a flag is down in the end zone. Summers was in the area.
Pass interference. Defense, number 19. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic. First down.
Cheney and Hill, the 2 corners for Georgia Southern, are having a tough night tonight. But right there you can see 19, Trip Summers, and that's a pretty easy call right in front of the official. New set of downs here from the 3.
Clay is the running back.
Moves from the pistol to sidecar. Speed
Another
option.
option play. Rayner keeps it. He's in. His 2nd rushing touchdown tonight.
Again, no one on the quarterback. I mean, great decision, great call by Keith Eckendorf. The edge rusher runs upfield with the back. That's what you want. The end gets sealed. Noah Smith does a very nice job of not blocking in the back. And Jalen Rayner does the rest with his decision making and then his feet.
So that is the first fourth quarter touchdown Georgia Southern has given up since week 2 against USC.
It's been a heck of an offensive performance here in the second half by Arkansas State. And defense, team performance.
Extra point, it's up, it's good. The lead is now 10 for Arkansas State. The Red Wolves are rolling on homecoming. Season high 227 yards rushing tonight for Arkansas State. And Jalen Rayner finds the end zone on the ground for the third time tonight. It's a 31-21 lead for Arkansas State. Arkansas State. What about the faithful sticking around tonight? It's been raining all night long. Who needs ponchos?
These are great. These are absolutely great. Homecoming brings out the best in the fans, doesn't it? Especially in this type of weather.
No doubt about it.
31-21, 10-point lead. 9:47. Let's see if the defense can keep up the pressure that they have been imposing on this Georgia Southern offense here in this second half.
Amaya kicks it deep for Arkansas State.
Oh.
And another return here for Georgia Southern.
Great
And they
coverage.
can't get to the 20 as Cobb again, the return man. Special teams unit, it's been awfully strong tonight for Arkansas State.
Well, this kickoff coverage team, they have been flying down the field and bending to the ball, making some big hits.
So here comes that Georgia Southern offense. They have not scored since the second quarter. Both quarterbacks have played well.
It's been the pressure of the Arkansas State edge players that have really been turned up here and gotten to J.C. French in the second half.
See who J.C. French wants to go to here. Arkansas State is blitzing. French runs the other way. French slides across the 20. They will mark him down at the 20. So he picks up 3.
Again, when you're starting to get pressure and your quarterback is being forced one way or the other, you start to move the launch point, and that's what happened there. French on the sprint out to the right, nobody open. Gain of 3.
Play action, clean pocket for French, then he just swings it to his running back, who has a first down and is knocked out of bounds across the 35. Barnes in on the stop.
Similar to play to what we saw in the first half. Back goes in motion. It's just a long sweep. You throw it out there, you got a lead blocker with the big tight end. First down, Georgia Southern.
French again gets rid of it quickly. There's Bradshaw, his second catch tonight. He spins for a gain of 12.
Well, he gets a heck of a block by Marcus Sanders on the perimeter, number 5 there. Again, moving the chains with tempo, getting the ball side to side on the perimeter. Some big plays here in this drive.
Empty set, 5 wide. French wide open. He's got his tight end. Amon Green makes the catch. After a gain of 20, Barnes with a tackle.
Amon Green comes out like he's going to block the corner, which he did on the swing pass to the back, and then he stutters and goes up the sideline. Safety can't get over there in time. Nice play call by Ryan Applin.
First catch tonight for Amon Green, a tight end who's played well lately for Georgia Southern. They've been so banged up at that position. Back on the ground. Second carry tonight for Gibbs. Picks up 3 yards.
He was trying to make a cut to get back up inside and couldn't quite do it. Lost his footing, but gain of 5, like you said. Excuse me, gain of 4.
O.J. Arnold, the new running back in the backfield for the Eagles. There's Arnold in motion. French rolls out to the right, delivers. Caught by Brown. He gets slammed down right away by Dickerson. Short of the line to gain. It's 3rd and about a yard.
Big tight end Green's coming back into the game. They're in 12 personnel. They're empty. 2 tight ends in the ball game here.
French can run. Arnold in motion, the fake to Arnold. French has the first down. He gets popped pretty good at the 19. A penalty marker is down at the 22.
I think it's on
Holding.
57.
Offense, number 57.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's Chandler Strong, the center. As he was attempting to block, he got beat up the field and he just tackled the guy. Good call by the official. That's a heck of a takedown.
Hog tied him.
It's a little WWE action in there. Yeah, come get you some of that, baby. Boy, he made it tough on his offense now.
That's the 8th penalty tonight. Almost 100 penalty yards on Georgia Southern. And that one wipes out a first down run. French over the middle, connects with Cobb, and Cobb trying to fight to the line to gain. He is stopped at the 25.
4th and 4.
And the field goal unit is coming out for Georgia Southern.
I understand this decision, but by Coach Helton, get it down to a touchdown. So, again, on a night like this, you want to make sure the snap and the hold are good. Ball's taken care of.
It's a 42-yard field goal attempt for the freshman Trip Bryant. He is 6 for 7 this season.
The previous play is under video review for potential targeting.
Well, okay. That will change everything.
Yeah. So this could loom large.
If we could see the replay, when Cobb caught that ball, I thought he was going to start upfield, but he started coming back across the field into more defenders there. So Didn't get a clear view as to who this might be called on. Here's a look. There's the slant. There's the coverage right. 20.
Yeah, that's it right there, that hit.
I think it's going to be shoulder to shoulder, though.
It's Taylor, the one that's involved, the
Yep.
linebacker. This is what they're trying to figure out, targeting or not.
Well, I think his left shoulder goes down and he gets him in the side. I don't really see either the defender or the receiver's head move, but hey, I've been wrong a bunch.
Well,
I'm just telling you what I see. I thought he dropped his shoulder in there first.
Well, remember, this was initiated from the booth.
Yes.
And if it is indeed targeting, you're looking at a first down for Georgia Southern.
Yep.
So again, Cobb with the catch, his 4th of the night.
Gotta be honest, that's a football play. He can't really put his arms out because Greel has them wrapped up. But I don't know. We will have to wait and see what the decision is from the booth.
So will Butch
After
Jones.
video review, number 20 will be charged with personal foul, targeting.
Wow, so it is targeting.
15 yards from the end of the play, automatic
So
first
it's
down.
a first down for Georgia
Number 20
Southern.
is disqualified.
Taylor has been disqualified for the rest of the game, and he will miss the first half of next week's game for Arkansas State.
Yep.
So another look. So after the booth initiated review, it is determined that that is targeting on the linebacker Taylor. And so Georgia Southern they don't have to score. They can get a first down here. It's 1st and 10 at the 13. Handoff to Arnold. Arnold bounces off the right side. Arnold is stopped at the 10. Dickerson in on the stop for the Red Wolves. Clock is running.
Nice job by Cody Sigler on pursuit that time.
This is where Brown right there has been a top target for J.C.
Yeah.
French.
They've condensed the wide receivers so everybody's inside the hash.
Brown does have a touchdown catch tonight. That's Bradshaw in the backfield. French is looking for Brown. He had him open. He's going to run instead and is dragged down at the 6. Sigler in on the stop for Arkansas State.
Brown runs a skinny post right there. He had beaten the corner, his coverage guy, to the inside, but French couldn't get the ball off in time. He had to pull it down and run it. A lot of time moving here.
It is.
For a tempo offense, they've kind of slowed it down here in these last 2 plays.
Is this 4-down territory?
Yes. You're going to be under 4 minutes after this.
Keep it on the ground on 3rd and 3.
They can get
Remember,
first.
the Eagles can get a first, but from the spots, boy, this is going to be awfully close.
They're short.
That's Gibbs. 3rd carry of the night
Draws the
for
play as a
Gibbs.
first down.
And they give Georgia Southern the first down. Boy, what a critical first down run that was by Gibbs.
I'm 0 for 2 tonight. So I'm not calling. Oh, my goodness.
So for the 2nd time tonight, we got a new running back in the game. It's Bryan. The only other time Weston
previous
Bryan was in
play
the game,
is under video review.
He ran
the
with
runner
it.
reached the line of the game.
and so we have our 2nd review on this drive alone.
You know, the one group you never fool are the players. When they come up and the universal signal now is the raised fist for fourth down to signify that they've stopped it. And there were a number of players that looked that Georgia State guys were backing up. Or Georgia Southern players were backing up. I don't know.
Yeah, so here's Gibbs.
Elbow down, ball down.
So the line to gain is the 3. And the ball is currently spotted at the 2.
Yep. Let's see if, well, kind of blurry, but when he turned his back, I thought his elbow was his.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down.
Okay.
So the key word there is upheld. There just wasn't enough video evidence to overturn the call.
Right. Right.
So it is 1st and goal. The ball is at the 2. And again, the quarterback is Brian. He's more of a runner.
Yep.
And there are a lot of big bodies right now
There
around
sure
the line
are.
of scrimmage. Brown in motion. Brian will keep it. Lowers the shoulder.
Excellent
He
job.
stops.
Wow, excellent tackle going low that time. That was a tremendous stop by McGee, excuse me, number 6. He goes low and takes the quarterback's legs out, stops him right there.
So J.C. French the 4th is back in at quarterback. O.J. Arnold is the running back.
Clock's still running.
Yes, it is. Clock is definitely a factor now. The play clock is under 8. Georgia Southern needs to score in a hurry. It's a high snap. French keeps it. Can he get the edge? French is out of bounds. Grail was the one that knocked him out. It's 3rd and goal with 2:46 to go.
That's twice Georgia Southern has run this football into the short side of the field. Excellent pursuit down the line of scrimmage by the Arkansas State defense. And the ball is still on the 2.
Just not a lot of urgency right now for Georgia Southern.
Nope.
From the 2, that's Arnold in motion. J.C. French will keep it, and he's bottled up again. It's 4th and goal from the 2. Barnes, the first one that got to French.
But the guy that blew the play up was DeMarcus Hendricks, coming underneath the pulling tackle, number 10. Right there, he bounces, he gets inside and creates a pile and forces the quarterback around. What an excellent play by DeMarcus Hendricks, number 10. That was as well played as you can do it. Tremendous.
So we have reached the 2-minute timeout. 4th and goal for Georgia Southern when we come back. is sending the field goal unit out after the 2-minute timeouts. This will be a 21-yard field goal try for his freshman field goal kicker to make it a one-score game. So Trip Bryant's out to attempt the very short field goal. Bryant kick it's up, it is good. And so with 1:56 remaining in the game, Georgia Southern is pulled to within a touchdown.
And they still have 3 timeouts left. So no need to onside kick it here. I would think you'd want to try to kick this ball as deep into the end zone as you can, because you don't want to give them the return, Arkansas State the return, to run time off the clock.
Well, Arkansas State, they got to be thinking, you know what, we're used to one-score games.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody in the country, they are tied with Arizona State for the most victories in one-score games, which is 9.
Texas State, South Alabama, the last drive of the game, been game winners for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks alone.
Yep.
31-30 over Texas State, 15-14
yes.
at South Alabama.
Jalen Rayner.
So it's an onside kick for Georgia Southern, and the ball, it's loose around midfield. Arkansas State says they have it. So the Eagles say forget kicking it deep.
Yep.
They go onside kick, and the Red Wolves recover it.
On the field, the ball was recovered by Arkansas State, first down.
So that's the
ball,
receiver, Rutger.
Yeah, the ball hit Corey in the chest, bounced away, but he did a nice job of covering it up before the Georgia Southern defender coverage guy could get down there.
So again, Arkansas State tonight, season high 227 yards rushing. Got to think they'll keep it on the ground. They do. Here's Clay. He's got a first down run and more. Clay inside the 25. Stays in bounds.
Great.
What a smart play that was inside the 20.
Now you let the chains get set,
Timeout.
but what a
Georgia
great
Southern.
job of
30-second
bouncing it,
timeout.
protecting the football, and then getting down, knowing where you got to know the time, the score, the situation. Georgia Southern takes the timeout.
That was a 30-yard run, and after that one, both Spencer and Clay have rushed for over 100 yards each for Arkansas State.
Huge night for both guys, but I got to tell you, the offensive line, this is an impressive night for this offensive line. And again, Riley McGahee's come to right tackle. Noah Smith is going in at left, and they've done a heck of a job controlling the line of scrimmage in the run game tonight.
And we were wondering how both teams would handle the rain and Mother Nature. Safe to say Arkansas State offensively tonight has passed with flying colors. So 1st and 10 from the 19. Handoff to Clay, and Clay surges ahead. He picks up 4 yards on first down as Georgia Southern takes their second timeout. Tyson and Jackson tag team for the block.
This offensive line has come off together. They're identifying where the double teams are, but they are getting excellent movement. And that's a credit to Coach Grimes, the new offensive line coach. He has done an excellent job with this group. You know, when everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run the football,
right,
and then you run it successfully, that's a great feeling. That is a great feeling.
And how about Arkansas State able to overcome? They were down by 14 at one point.
Yes.
2 costly turnovers. They're a minute 40 away from their 3rd victory in a row.
Well, the word I've used to describe this team the last 3 weeks is resilience. And this is a resilient bunch. They know how to win.
So on 2nd and 6, another handoff to Clay. Clay stutter steps, falls forward, Look at the pile, it's still going. Ferguson with a stop for Georgia Southern. Eagles have now used their final timeout.
Final charge timeout.
With 92 seconds remaining. So by the way, Arkansas State, season high in rushing yards tonight, 261. This is the first time where they've had 2 rushers of 100 yards or more since 2016. The opponent, Georgia Southern.
There you go. Oh, my goodness. Coach Jones has got to feel really good about how this team came out of the locker room. Well, how they finished the second quarter, scoring the touchdown, then coming out, start the second half. And this has been a complimentary example of football tonight.
Right.
In the second half. Offense, defense, special teams. That kickoff coverage unit, they were flying tonight.
After tonight, by the way, just 4 games left in the regular season for Arkansas State, 2 at home, 2 on the road. Back on the ground to Clay. Clay, if he picks up a first down, it's over. He stopped at the 10 by Moore. He did not get the first down, so it's 4th and short. So you got to think Arkansas State's just going to wind this all the way down.
There'll probably be 1 on the play clock when Coach Jones takes the timeout. And 4th and inches, I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak it.
See Butch Jones going over to the referee.
Yeah, there's 9 on the play clock, 8. You can see Coach Jones standing there looking at the play clock. Here we go, 1 timeout.
So 45 seconds left.
Timeout.
So your 2 options.
30 seconds.
Go for it if you get it, ball game, 3rd one in a row, or if you kick it, you go up by 10.
Cut your splits, go shoot a shoe. It's just like extra point, field goal protection, and you just wedge that thing. And up behind that offensive line, Jalen Raynor's going to find a way to get this first down.
Yeah, especially as you have alluded to the offensive line, they have just been sensational tonight.
No question. And again, McGahee's going to right tackle. Noah Smith is filled in at left tackle. So,
So
Coach is taking the points.
He's taking the points to go up by 2 scores. So Van Andel out there to make it a 10-point lead. 28-yard field goal, kick it's up, it is right down the middle, and with 41 seconds remaining, it's a 10-point lead for Arkansas State. And for the 2nd game in a row, Van Andel gets mobbed by his teammates late in the 4th quarter. So Pete, how about this? For Arkansas State, Red Wolves are 41 seconds away from having their first 3-game win streak in conference play since 2019.
That's great. That is great. Again, resilience. You win 2 on the road by 1 point each. Now you come home at homecoming. You know, Coach told us, that, like you alluded to earlier, he likes these Tuesday night games where he can come back and have extra time to prepare. And they went back and really got on fundamentals that first period of time they had off for that first 3-day stretch. And it was more like training camp. But I've been a part of teams that, with an open date, we went back and said, hey, this is like August. Footwork, eye placement, hand placement, get your fundamentals back. And golly, these guys have stepped up tonight and done a tremendous job.
Amaya again will kick it deep for Arkansas State. Look at the Red Wolves sideline. They could feel it with 41 seconds to go. On the verge of their 3rd conference win in a row. Georgia Southern return man will work his way up to the 40. We'll mark him down around the 41 with 37 seconds to go. So remember, for the Eagles, their first 2 drives, they scored 2 touchdowns. Since then, just 10 points.
Yes. Credit to the defensive coaches and making the adjustments they made. But the pressure coming off the edge, I mean, has been tremendous. And the guy who's had a tremendous night on defense, DeMarcus Hendricks, number 10. A couple sacks, blew up the run play.
Swung out to Gibbs. Gibbs runs out of bounds. Dickerson was able to force him out of bounds with 30 seconds remaining. So J.C. French, the fourth, 2 passing touchdowns. He's got a rushing touchdown. He only has 5 incompletions tonight. He's played well.
He sure has. But take away the running game, the way Arkansas State's defense did was great. Here comes the pressure again.
He's in trouble here. He runs for a first down and scampers out of bounds at the Arkansas State 40.
He was trying to get his running back to go block the linebacker. He wanted to stay in bounds as long as he could. But Gibbs slipped, number 20, as he was trying to get upfield. Sigler comes off the field now.
Yeah, he had to hustle too. So on 1st and 10, look out! French goes down. It's the 3rd sack tonight for this Arkansas State defense. This time it's Collins.
Drew Collins coming off the left edge of the defense, beats the right tackle.
There is a penalty marker down.
Offside with contact. Defense, number 32. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So Arkansas State, they were celebrating the sack and didn't realize Georgia Southern was going tempo.
That was on Ethan Hassler. Collierville, Tennessee, coached by Joe Riccone. Collierville Dragons.
French is under center and will spike it to stop the clock with 5 seconds.
Arkansas State has 3 defenders all in the end zone. Going to play the Hail Mary here.
Yeah, so this is the final play of the game coming up right here.
3-man rush. 5 under.
So J.C. French, he's being pressured, steps up, heaves it. He's got 3 receivers in the area. It's juggled. It is incomplete, and Arkansas State wins it. 34-24 Red Wolves. It's their 3rd victory in a row. And the first time in 6 years, it's been 3 conference wins in a row.
Heck of a night for this Arkansas State football team. And as Butch Jones liked to say, we have to play complementary football. They got it done tonight. They most certainly did. And this was one heck of a football game.
Yes, it was. We had rain. Boy, we had a little bit of everything, as Arkansas State is now 500 at 4-4. They are in really good shape, conference-wise, 3-1 in the Sun Belt.
No doubt about it. And what a confidence builder this is as they get ready to go to Troy. And what a performance tonight by every player that was on that field. They all contributed. They all had a part in this.
So the next 4 at Troy, at Appalachian State, Southern Miss Louisiana will be at home. Here's a look at the final stats. Almost 500 yards of offense for Arkansas State tonight. That's a season high, 266 on the ground.
I mean, 482 yards. But the running game, the way that the offensive line was blocking this Georgia Southern front, and how about the moves that the backs were making on the jump cut division and getting the ball upfield. I mean, Devin Spencer had a night where he showed you vision, burst, and being able to get the ball upfield, and then Clay, same way. Those guys did a tremendous job of pressing the line of scrimmage, finding the opening, and moving the chains. So compliments, but Cobb comes up big
Right.
in the
did.
passing game.
Season high in catches, or career high in catches for Cobb tonight. And then the first time in 9 years where Arkansas State has had multiple running backs with 100 yards rushing. So Darrell Green will visit with Butch Jones. We will wait for Butch. And by the way, for Georgia Southern, this is the first time this season where they won the time of possession.
Yep.
They did not win the time of possession their previous 7 games.
They still have not won in Jonesboro. This is their 4th trip here, and now they're 0-4 in Jonesboro. But it's a tremendous credit to Butch Jones, his staff, and the preparation that they had coming into this game, and it's going to carry them forward for the next 4.
Again, which will be on the road at Troy. Southern Miss, boys, circle that one. Southern Miss is playing at a high level right now. Louisiana at home, and then wrapping up the regular season on the road at Appalachian State on November 29th.
These games are fun. My goodness, they are a lot of fun. To overcome injuries, and it's next man up, you know.
Right. Well, the rushing has to be the biggest thing.
No doubt.
That Coach Jones and his staff have to be pleased with. Again, you lose Cross before the second game of the season against Arkansas. He's out for the year. And then what happens? Well, you get a season high in rushing yards tonight, and both of your backs rush for over 100.
But again, I think the switch of moving Riley McGahee to right tackle and Noah Smith playing really well at left tackle, that was huge. But Smith, Myers, Saxton, the guards in the center, all 5 of those guys did a tremendous job.
And weather-wise, I thought both teams handled the rain very well tonight.
Oh, I mean, it was raining really hard, then it would back off, the wind. But the way that this team responded from the last 4 minutes of the second quarter through the end of this game is a huge credit to the preparation that this staff put them through since that South Alabama game.
For Georgia Southern, what's next for the Eagles? They will stay on the road. They are at Appalachian State next before they have 2 home games with Coastal Carolina and Old Dominion. Darrell Green is with the winning head coach, Butch Jones. Darrell, take it away.
Butch, at one point in the second quarter, your team was down 14 points. How'd you put this together?
Well, just a belief, and we said it was going to be that type of game, dirty, grimy, and slimy, and the weather and everything, and so much respect for their football team. That's a good football team we beat, but just the perseverance. We got rhythm on offense. We started to play complementary football in the second half, and what can I say about our defense? That's a talented offense, and to be able to hold them like they did, and we played complementary football at the end.
Just looking forward, I know you don't like to do that, but you've won 3 conference games in a row. You've got Troy and Southern Miss next. In the West, you basically control your own destiny.
Well, it's being 1-0 every single day, and I think that's what's happened is our players are learning our culture now, the way we work, our mindset. There's a belief, and you know, we're going to enjoy this one tonight, and then Sunday it's back at work. Great challenge going on the road. Troy has a very distinct home field advantage, and so we're going to have a great week of preparation like we always do.
That's a big one for you, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's head coach Butch Jones. Jim, back up to you.
Thanks, Darrell. Again, a big win for Arkansas State.
Yes.
Final thoughts?
I'll tell you what, it's really impressive to watch this team making progress and getting better every week. And it's like Butch Jones says, all that matters is being 1-0 every Saturday.
So for Darrell Green, for Pete Cordelli, Graham Doty signing off from Jonesboro for our wonderful crew at Arkansas State. Red Wolves win it at home, 34-24. Arkansas State has won 3 straight.